to call this board meeting to order. I'd like to ask Mr. White first if he'd please lead us in our prayer and the pledge.
Bow our heads. Dear Lord, as we come to you today, we know many people are struggling. Lord, be with them, be with the mental health in this world. Give these people comfort, Lord. We know anything is possible through you, Lord. And just be with everyone here. Help us make decisions that are good for the kids and the faculties of this county, Lord. And just thank you for all you do, and Lord, give all the grace to you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Whitehurst. I'd like to make a motion to adopt our agenda.
I make a motion to adopt the agenda. Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you very much. I'd like to welcome everyone here. Thank you for all being here, and thank you for being patient and letting us start a little later this morning. We're happy you're here. Mr. Cowart?
Yes, ma'am. Madam Chair, at this time, I'd love for our principal at Yankeetown, so Ms. Dee Westfall, to come up and present some information on what's great things that are going on at Yankeetown with Sam Max.
There's always something going on in Yankeetown.
Amen.
We know. Well, last year we missed our visit with you guys, just I think it was due to weather and some other stuff. So I was kind of going through and writing up the new talking points. I realized I'm glad it's this year and not last year, because we've made so much progress. So you're getting the good side of Yankeetown now, so that's good. When I got there, they were about 220 kids. We peaked at 275 this year. We've settled back in around 260, because you know you have some coming and going. We started with an 8th grade group when we got there, and 22 of just 12 kids. That is stable down at 24, because they were leaving to go receive advanced classes in other receiving districts. And then, so we've added the Algebra 1, we've added a WordPress unit. I have the first returning ag teacher for probably 4 or 5 years, so that's building some stability there. We have, when I got there, about 4 certifications were earned the year before, and this year we're going to probably hit 30 plus. So working on that with the Algebra 1, I think we're going to have about 12 kids pass it. There's 12 in there. We've had to weed out. We started with all of the 8th graders, then we just want to make sure they had the ability to do it. And we really had to rebuild that math foundation there in Yankeetown. And then the WordPress we put in through career clusters. And we have those kids getting ready to test out in the next week. And then we also have our ag certifications, which I think last week we had until 12 pass, and we have some that are getting ready to retest. So those things are all working well. We didn't have a lot of community involvement when we arrived. We now have Pleasanton auxiliary clubs that are participating with us throughout it. We were trying to total up how much money they've donated or helped support. I think we're over $20,000+ in the last 2 years. They've really shouldered up with us. They've our stable ones are Lions clubs there every week without fail, and they really help us out with that. They're helping out with athletics now, and women's club is very tried and true. We've added a therapy dog unit that comes in every couple weeks, and that's big there because we're in a trauma-based community, and I heard you praying for that, and I'm like, amen, amen. We're bringing Yankeetown. PTO, when I got there, we had 4 members. We're sitting at 14 now. We actually have some people coming in, and you know, they were using mostly school staff to run it, which PTO still has a lot of school staff because they have kids there. But we do have some community members involved in SAG. They're actually sitting in the chair positions, which I prefer because you want to really have that outside input. And we're still working on getting our parents involved. And we've added a morning show, which you're getting ready to see, because that's our kids aren't here because my middle school teachers were going to scout me if I tried to bring them. They want every single last day with them. So we're going to let them to talk to you on the morning buzz. Our FFA chapter is going well. We added a cheerleading program. We have Coach Smith there, Jim Smith's son, and he's working on a baseball program and teaming with that South Levy Park, which they've been wanting to use forever. So we're hoping to get a good working with our new mayor of Inglis, which is, I think, going to be a very workable relationship there. I met with him last Saturday. Academic growth looks great right now. I hope the state tends to look that way, but we are making big gains from that school. And 4th and 5th is still an area of concern for us, but they were our COVID babies, so we see that gap is closing from even last year to this year. So we see what we're doing there. Our new, for staff-wise, when I got there, we replaced 10, and then last year we had a 5 replacement. This year we just have 1, and possibly a pair we're going to replace. But Mr. Wilson, he was retired from military, came back, worked 3 years, and he wants to go back and do something more on a kind of a college level museum. He likes all that history stuff, so we'll be sad to lose him, but that's our only opening as of current. And really that's where we are. Our goal for this coming year is parent involvement. That's a piece that has not made as much growth as every other area. So they are showing up for our school-wide events. I think though to get them involved in the school and kind of work with them on learning educational vocabulary and how I really can help my kids, because it's a unique community where a lot of the grandparents are the parent, and then parents are in and out, and then as you know we have a high substance abuse area, so the community leaders, that's going to be their goal as well with us. We're going to team up as a whole community, kind of work on just getting parents how they can support their kids and help us do a better job of getting them to grow academically, as well as social emotional, which is a big thing for us. So I'm going to let our video go and you can see a little highlight from the kids.
Yankeetown School presents The Morning Buzz. Good morning, School Board Representative, Superintendent Mr. Coward, and District. My name is Juliana Mulligan, and this is my co-host, Carter Evans. We will be showcasing all of the fun things that we have going on around campus.
We are very excited to highlight all of our clubs and school events that students have participated in this year.
Let's start with our amazing FFA program. Besides our chapter placing 6th in state land judging this year, I heard Carter placed first.
I did, thank you. Julia, don't forget about sub-districts. Our officers teams are second place in OCC this year, along with our extemporaneous speaker, Sydney Mecklenburg, taking second place as well.
They did a very good job. We've had some cool things going on that involve our ag classes around campus.
Thanks, Julietta. Let's take a look at what's going on in ag.
We start the semester back in January with 8th grade ag. We started learning about soils evaluations and how you would look at a soil profile in order to determine its usages for both agricultural operations as well as for home sites.
This is a hydroponic sponge. So we first let this soak and we put seeds in it and it grows.
So this light right here is the UV light. It pretty much represents like the sunlight.
This is a much easier way of growing plants when you don't have much land, using water and everything else you would use except dirt.
This is the middle school ag raised bed garden. We planted about a month ago eggplants, tomatoes, broccoli, and radishes. Right now, you're about to watch us harvest some radishes.
That one there, dig in and pick it up like that. Not jump a radish. Carter, you want our phone? I'll go for that one. Good job. And then, Jason, you said you want to do one? Yeah. I'll get that one right there.
So this is our worm bed that we recently started here at the school. Our goal of this worm bed is to either A, sell the worms to local bake shops for money, or B, when the worms break down all of this organic material into castings, we're going to pull up those castings and use them in our raised beds to enhance the nutrient levels of all the soil. So right now what they're doing is they're taking all this feed that we added this morning and they're just turning it over, so that way over the weekend, all these worms have food to eat.
Mr. Smith is a great teacher and has given us many opportunities. We have many opportunities to earn service hours, such as last weekend's English Spring Fun.
Yes, Carter, here are some of our recent features, events, programs, and clubs going on around school.
I'm Annabelle Robinson, and I'm a safety patrol, and I do the flag and the morning and the afternoon. I'm Soldier Copeland, and I am in fifth grade, do safety patrol, flag, and afternoon. I'm Christopher Woodland, I'm in fifth grade, and I do flag, afternoon, and morning.
I'm Jessica Sharkey, the cheer coach at YTS, and this is the first year in 15 years that we've opened the cheer. And we raised enough money to get all new uniforms for the cheerleaders. It's been very successful, and we get grades high, their attitude right, and we cannot wait to see what next year holds.
Good morning. I would like to show you our AR corner where our AR prizes are. AR is Accelerated Reader, and we use it here at Yankeetown School to get kids interested in reading. The more reading they do, the more AR points they accrue, and with their points they can buy little prizes, and once a month we also have an ice cream party, and that just gets everybody very excited about reading. This is something new this year, and everybody's very excited. At the beginning, we had just a few kids that met their goals, and by this end of this month, our largest party will be 36 kids that met their goal for first grade through 8th grade. So we're super excited about this.
I'm Steve Wilson, and I am Yankeetown's Avid teacher. This is the first year that we're able to do Avid applications, and students get to choose between Avid or going to Ag.
All right, boys and girls, are you ready to do the photograph? Yeah! Here we go. Ready? One more time. Okay, stretch, stretch, stretch.
Hi, I'm Alexis Richardson, the Yankeetown School PTO President.
And I'm Jessica Sharkey. I am the treasurer for the PTO.
The Yankeetown School PTO is an organization that has been successful for many years in Yankeetown. We have a great group of parents that come in and help. We have a great staff that is very supportive and thankful for their parent-teacher organization that we have. We do fundraisers throughout the year to raise money. We set goals to use that money. For example, we have a fall festival in October. We have a spring basket auction that we raise a lot of money for. We do a lot of feeding of the teachers. Ms. Westfall is very supportive of that. Some of the money that we raise is used to support teachers in their classrooms. Some of the money is used to support teachers for brain breaks and just that mental help that we need, such as a donut in the morning or maybe lunch. And sometimes we use the funds for actual supplies that teachers have requested that maybe just need a little extra help. We have some bigger projects planned that we have to continue raising money for. We're working on some projects with the basketball court, outside, and different things on the playground. Our parent-teacher organization is a success. We work hard to support the teachers. We work hard to support the parents because we have the philosophy that happy teachers and happy parents make for a happy kid.
At Yankeetown School, we are very fortunate with clubs and organizations that help us throughout the year. They provide us for different activities such as field day and other incentives we want to do for the kids and the teachers. We are very blessed and lucky at YTS.
Good morning. My name is Tim McCarthy, and this is...
Jessica Sharkey.
We've been teaching a class this semester to get some acceleration points here at Yankeetown, and it's called WordPress Editor. And we've got 14 students ready to take their certification exam in a very few days. How's it been going in there, sir?
Really good. All of them are doing great.
You've done a great job helping them. You helped me. She's our computer guru. I just passed my certification, so we're looking forward to adding to that next year and probably doing some coding classes. So we're real excited about it. Thank you for the opportunity.
Hi, I'm Ms. McBride. I am the middle school math teacher at Yankeetown School, and I also teach high school algebra. I'm super excited that I'm able to bring an advanced course to Yankeetown School. When I first got here last year, I only had one student who was eligible for Algebra 1. She had to take it online through Ingenuity. However, through building foundational skills with my 7th grade students, I was able to create a cohort of 12 students who are now taking Algebra 1 with me this year, and I am expected, I'm hoping, to have a 100% pass rate on their Algebra 1 EOC when they take it in May.
Thank you for letting us give you a tour of our school. There's no place like Yankeetown.
Have a great day. Go Standards.
Also, the state patrol, I know Max always wants us to go to Washington. I'm like, we don't have money yet. And it's a lot, and I don't have really the support of the parent to get there. I will say they started with an account of about $300. They're sitting with about $6,000 this year. So that could be a dream for, I think, down the road for us to actually get to the Washington trip. Same thing for PTO. They were sitting around a couple of $1,000s, and they have peaked up to $8,000 this year. So their hard work is paying off. So that's your
Westfall, great presentation.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Madam Chair, if I have a moment, so while Ms. Dee's here. So Ms. Dee, we all know that a little bit over a month ago, we celebrated 1-year anniversary of a horrific bus accident. Dee had the misfortune or fortune, however you want to say, so to be the principal and to be at that school. And thankful for her leadership at Yankeetown. She's been a very steady force, and she's done an excellent job of rebuilding on the foundation of a lot of tradition at that school, and a tradition of success, and a tradition of that community being very, very supportive of it. And I'm appreciative of that. And I encourage you next year, if you don't have anything to do, so in April, you've got to come to a Yankeetown PTO basket auction or so.
I can't believe you won 2 things. I put $20 worth of tickets. I won
So,
nothing.
it's the most unique thing, so it's somewhat half-silent auction / buy tickets, and you write your name on the back of them, and I was thankful that had some good help from some good FFA members there in doing that. But little things like that, they're the lifeblood of each of our communities. And it doesn't matter what you have, whether it's the Cedar Key Junior Pie auction, or the Yankeetown PTO auction, things like those things that are spotlights and highlights. So, Ms. Westfall, I appreciate you. You saw Mr. McCarthy there, so he's been a good addition back there and been helpful for Ms. Westfall, and I'm appreciative of the staff and what you're working hard with them. So, and it's showing in the community. So, thank you, Ms. Dee.
Thank you. These are happy tears.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Happy to have you today.
Thank you.
Ms. Lake?
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, this should be short and sweet. So we are audited annually on our financial statements. It's just one of, I believe, 3 audits that we are under. So this would be last year's financial statement. This year we received our audit on our financial statements, and we are said to have presented them fairly and in all material respects and in accordance with the prescribed financial reporting standards, so we were good there. We were also audited for internal control and compliance. The audit did not identify any deficiencies in internal control over financial reporting that the auditors would have considered a material weakness. The results of their test disclose no instances of noncompliance or other matters that are required to be reported under governmental auditing standards. So that was also good. And then our federal awards were audited for compliance with federal requirements. And the results of the audit indicated that the district materially complied with the requirements that could have a direct and material effect on each of its major federal programs. So they looked at Title I, Emergency Connectivity Fund Program, and all of the ESSERs. So with all that being said, we had no findings.
Thank you, that's wonderful.
Yeah. Good job.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Thank you, Ms. Lake. Thank you very much. Mr. Coward?
Next, Madam Chair, so you'll see there, we have the school board meeting times, so for next school year. Just wanted to give you an opportune time to see that and bring that before to you. So it also has our budget trim, which we adopted the last board meeting, so it shows those on there too. So looking for a motion to accept the board meeting times as presented to you.
Mr. Coward, we've never had one even on a Friday before, have we? That's a new one
We have
for us.
not, so, and the reason we have that is because, so, you know, every year the Department of Revenue does not give us a lot of time, so to present to Ms. Lake to be able to bring that to before you, the advertisement has to be into the paper, and with the consolidation of newspapers, that timing is now moved up to Friday, which is why we have the Friday morning meeting, because we used to have a Monday meeting. She would get it late Wednesday, and that's why you see that, so Friday meeting there. So, and then we're bound by certain calendar dates because of the trim calendar. So once it's advertised, there's a certain amount of time. So Ms. Lake identified those last on the consent agenda for our trim calendar. But that is the reason for that Friday, July 21st. So budget meeting.
All right. Thank you very much. Do I hear a motion?
So moved. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes for our calendar. Thank you very much. This time, I would like to see if there's any public comments or anybody that would like to address the board with any issues. Seeing none, we'll move on to our approval of our minutes for the April 11th meeting. Do I hear a motion?
So moved. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes to approve our minutes. Thank you very much. Our consent agenda. I'll start with Mr. Whitehurst.
All my questions were answered.
Ms. Clemency.
All my questions are answered. I just want to say thank you to Dr. Hall for everything that she's done through the years. She's just a class act, a vault of knowledge, and she is going to be greatly missed in our district. That's all I have.
Thank you. Mr. Aspel.
All my questions were answered. I hate to see, I'm of the mind when you come to work here, you stay here forever, and there's no better place in the world to be than Lincoln County.
I agree with you.
So it bothers me to see people leave. It really bothers me that my good friend, Dr. Hall, is retiring. I have grown exceptionally close to her, not as a school board member, but as a parent. And she has done an outstanding job, and she is just a ball of energy that cannot possibly be replaced, and a wealth of knowledge, and it may be inappropriate, but I absolutely love that woman back there. And that's my sister from another mister right there. How about that? And
Coming to dinner.
there you go. And you come on over anytime. You always welcome here. Okay. And I as a daddy, will miss you, and I appreciate everything you have done for us and everything you have done for so many kids in Lee County. And you're a wonderful person, and I'm going to miss you deeply. That's all I have.
Thank you. Ms. Boyle.
I will echo Mrs. Clemency and Mr. Asbell and Dr. Hall.
And Dr. Hall, I think almost 3 years ago, you told me you were going to be here a little bit longer. I appreciate everything you've done for me and everything you've done for Levy County, and the times that you took time out of your busy schedule to sit down and, you know, show me some paths that I didn't know, and to teach me. And I appreciate that very, very much. So you definitely will be missed. Also, I do have to say that Mrs. Campbell, Linda Campbell, in Cedar Key, you know, she retired and came back, and she's leaving again, and she has had a great impact down in Cedar Key, and has taken a lot of children, I think, on a reading scale to a great level, and she will be missed there as well. And Mr. Detloff and Mrs. Long, two big pairs of shoes to fill, and they will be missed. So
I'm still hoping the superintendent will make my wife go back to work. I'm jealous right now.
But other than that, that's all I have, Madam Chair.
Thank you, and I do agree with all those wonderful things about Dr. Hall, so I'm going to oppose her retirement and make a motion to not pass that. And just not so much. Pull that. But anyway, I don't know how you're going to make it. You know, you can just come back and help us, and
Not for a year, right?
Oh, I thought that's one of those things we're going to lobby for tomorrow.
Yeah, let's lobby for
right?
it. Yeah.
It's one of those things we're going to lobby for tomorrow.
Yes.
Come with us. Yeah.
She can volunteer.
Yeah, she's gonna, all those emails and everything she researches, so.
Make it happen, let me know.
But I agree with Ms. Boyle, all the people that are retiring, and great things, and we wish the very, very best for them, but they've been terrific for our county, and with Cameron too. You know, this is the best place to work, so just stay here forever, and but it is hard when good people leave, and poor Max, he's gonna get an awful lot of good cooking.
It's gonna be hard to walk out that door when she's got the grandbabies.
Yeah.
And I gotta go to work. So.
Yeah, I understand.
I figured we all need to pray for Mrs. Long because she stuck more with that.
But that does always raise a concern, Ms. Wade, is, you know, our staffing for next year, and, you know, what we're gonna do and the challenges that we have, and looking forward to that too. And
Already working on it.
good. I know you will. Mr. Coward's answered all my questions, and I have none. So at this time, do I hear a motion to pass our consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you very much. And I'll turn it over. Oh, I'm sorry. We have our financial agenda. Do I hear a motion or any questions about our financial items?
May I ask one quick
Certainly.
question? It just came to me, I think, Mr. Eastman, on the extending of the annual bids, nothing has changed? No.
I think we'd have to look at motor oil, but they have a thing in there every 6 months they can request it, if they can show it. I think they've done that once, but everything else would remain the same.
Okay, meaning their price level has changed?
Oh,
Okay.
motor oil, I believe. I don't know. Has it changed once? Do you recall?
I believe it's changed
Once. Yes. And they have to show us documentation where that's went up, but everything else is remaining the same.
Like an escalator. Like an escalator kind of clause.
Yes, where it's, if they can show where it's went up on their end, then they can give us a price increase, but that's only every 6 months.
Every 6 months, okay. And then these other bids that are going out, those come back before the board as listed here?
I'll have to do a presentation on the liquid propane for y'all to approve who we import that bid to.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes for our financial items. Mr. Coward?
Yes, Madam Chair. Want to come to the podium? So before we reconvene, and you all just passed this, so I'd like to read this into the record. So, Levy County, Florida, a proclamation declaring May 8th through the 12th, 2023 as National Teacher Appreciation Week in Levy County. Whereas the hardworking teachers of Levy County are nurturing a new and diverse generation of thinkers, doers, and dreamers, and whereas great teachers bring powerful learning experiences to students through innovative, engaging, and personalized approaches to teaching and learning that prepare them to lead fulfilling, successful lives. And whereas our teachers are role models who show students and the community how to work hard and to pursue a brighter tomorrow, while encouraging children's passions, inspiring their imaginations, and helping them realize the best versions of themselves. And whereas the growth of our county, state, and nation depend upon providing a high-quality, equitable education to all students. And whereas great teachers make a lasting impact on the lives of their students, colleagues, and families because they lift up the next generation and enrich our community, and they deserve our gratitude and thanks. And whereas our community recognizes, supports, and celebrates the School Board of Levy County teachers in their work to inspire students to discover endless possibilities for success. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed by the Superintendent and the School Board of Levy County that the week of May 8th through the 12th, 2023 shall be known in Levy County as National Teacher Appreciation Week. Be it further proclaimed that the Superintendent and the School Board of Levy County encourages all of our citizens to recognize the School Board of Levy County teachers for their significant impact they have made and continue to make by empowering youth with the skills they need to lead for a lifetime. Duly proclaimed this 25th day of April 2023 and signed by each and every one of you and myself. We know as this comes up and as we head to Tallahassee, and in this time, we know there's been things that come down the pike every year. Things that come out of Tallahassee, things that come out of DC. This board, through the cooperation of the district people and the students and the staff, day in and day out, we provide a high quality education. And I know that no matter what comes out of Tallahassee, that through the cooperation with those people, that day in and day out stand before our kids and help them strive to reach their goals, that we will make it better. And things are getting better and will be better in Levy County, and I'm appreciative of the teachers and what they bring to the table on that. As we've talked about that, and I felt like that was important that we read that into the record because we'll convene on the Tuesday of that week, but I wanted it on the record before we start that week because of how important our teachers are to our kids' education. To talk a little bit about, we're in the budget process right now of what's going on in Tallahassee. There will be a major revision of what the Florida Education Finance Program looks like. And I know Ms. Lake, although she may not want to, I know being the person that she is, she will step up and she will take what comes down and the changes that are coming there, and we will bring forth a budget to you in the not too distant future as we start that process. A couple of the things to share. We know that when we last came together, the talk was that the 9 categoricals would be wrapped up. There was a collection of superintendents that went before and talked to the Senate. There's still a lot of things that are on the table. And so right now as it stands, safe schools, mental health are each going to get a bump, and they will continue to be held outside the as categoricals, meaning that there will be a base for each, so which is very, very important. The other thing that I will share with you is that sparsity, which this district has been very, very fortunate to have, it's been a 50-year program. Education is all about evolving, and we recognize, and I appreciate the legislature coming, and we know that we want to be the Chick-fil-A, the choice, so of what our students in Levy County, what their parents choose for us. And as it stands right now, 87% of the kids in Levy County attend a traditional public school. We will continue to raise that bar and continue to raise the expectations to create. So we have a nice mission statement that we follow here that talks about teaching in a safe and secure and providing those students a high quality education. And I know that our staff is up to the challenge. I will call it a win that sparsity may be leaving, but there is going to be a new formula, so to speak, that is called the small district factor. So I do believe that our legislators heard the cries of our small rural and took that into consideration to understand the importance of that program that may be leaving, but a new one may be rising out of the ashes, out of it, so to speak. And the last thing that I will, so we've now talked about teacher appreciation, but today is also School Bus Driver Appreciation Day. And Mr. Masters, if I can put you on the spot, how many routes do we run each and every day?
We run 50 routes each day.
We run 50 routes, okay? Just as an approximation, could you guesstimate how many miles we travel on a single day? Ballpark?
Very close to 3,000 in the morning and another 3 in the afternoon.
So a total of 6,000 miles. We touched on Yankeetown and what took there. It's humbling to think that somebody has a job that they're doing the whole time with their back to students, and their sole job is to get those kids on the bus and get them safely to the place there, along with all the craziness else that goes out there. So, Mr. Masters, I appreciate what you do, and I appreciate everybody down there at the bus garage, and I appreciate our bus drivers and our aides that make sure and secure them and keep them safe rolling up and down the roads. So thank you very, very, very much. So, and Madam Chair, and so thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. And we are going to adjourn and then go into our school visit, which is Bronson Elementary and Middle High School. Where are we meeting? Oh, board comments. Thank you. I'm about to forget. Everybody talking. We're going to leave. Okay, I'll start with Ms. Boyle. Wow, I know. I was going to leave you out. I'm sorry. I know we wouldn't miss out. Wow.
Let's see, Cedar Key, I know they had a successful grad bash. There's high school, middle school, elementary field days coming up. The kids have a blast with that, I know. The teachers are gearing up and doing well for testing. And just like to say to every teacher and admin throughout the county that right now I know they are going full speed ahead and trying to give fun at the same time of having to bear down and be ready for tests. So I appreciate everything that they all do at each one of our schools. The book battle was held last week. That was interesting to see the middle school book battle. All the districts get together and those kids have a memory that I don't even think I had a memory at that age as well as they do. Just to know the nitty-gritty details of each one of those books. There were 15 books that they all had to read and collaborate on and then were asked questions. So that was really, really great. And I just want to mention one other person on the consent agenda is Miss Becky Dowling. I just appreciate each time she sends or has sent out over the past 3 years that I've been here the budget summary. There's not one time, I don't think, where she put a little note at the top, whether it's springtime, whether it's Christmas. It's always been something, and I find value in that. It just means a lot. It's very personal, and she will be missed. Little notes will be missed. And that's all I have now. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Ms. Becky Dowling's just going in to drop, so she's...
I know, but she's moving closer. I love those messages, and she's moving closer to that time.
Thank you, Mr. Aswell.
It's like, no.
And now Becky Dowling's leaving soon.
Well, everybody knows what drop it is.
Well, Becky Dowling does a great job. You know why? Yeah, Bronson High School graduate. Pretty well, if you look around, you see somebody doing a great job. Probably some Bronson connection. Just to let you know. Mr. Whitehurst lives with one. I don't have a whole lot because we are going to visit Bronson, so I'm going to let them, talk the thing out. This past week, I talked to a young lady who is graduating this year, and she looked at me, she says, and I think this is reflective of where we're at. She goes, Mr. Asbell, I'm so excited. And I said, what are you excited about? She goes, 17 more days. And I was like, what's 17 more days? She goes, 17 more days, and I don't have to step foot in a school ever again, and I can't wait. And all of a sudden, she just sort of looked at me, and she had tears in her eyes. I said, what's wrong? She goes, 17 more days and I don't have to step foot in the school anymore. And there's just the excitement and the sadness. And I said, girl, you don't know yet. I said, you wait till August 10th. And everybody goes back and you don't have to. And that's when it'll hit you. And I said, just appreciate all you've done to get to this moment. And we're at the special time of the year as far as I'm concerned. You're getting in these banquets and these award nights and all that kind of things where these kids that have worked, and it's work. These kids that have worked so hard to get there, and there's even some parents that have had to work hard to get to graduate, see their kid walk across that stage and win these awards and find out what the next step in life is. And some kids, we have to remind some kids, I think our world has changed a lot in that we're this instant gratification world, but I think it's also okay to remind kids, you don't have to know what you're going to do the rest of your life at 16 years old. There's a big pressure for these kids leaving high school. We really are into dual enrollment and advanced things, and all of a sudden they're 18-year-olds are initially in their second year of college having to decide what my major is going to be, what's my career going to be. It's okay to be a kid. Go figure it out. Learning doesn't end the last day at school. Learning doesn't end the last day you're in college. Learning doesn't end until you're been lowered in the ground. Every day you learn something. I've learned a lot today with all of y'all. I've learned that Miss Brookins' memory is slipping.
Right.
Becky Dowling apparently is leaving drop a little quick. But there's one thing I know, and you know what that is. If you want it done well, get somebody from Bronson to do it. So when y'all come visit Bronson, you'll see that. And I appreciate all of it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Aswell. Ms. Clemency.
I don't have a lot. Miss Westfall bragged on Yankeetown. The numbers speak for themselves. From 1 in algebra, the qualified algebra 1 to 12, retaining all the teachers but one. Yankeetown, I think it's safe to say, is on the right track. I'm very proud of Miss Westfall, Mr. McCarthy, Miss McBride, everybody, all the teachers that are working hard. I'm looking forward to Tallahassee tomorrow. I think we should walk away maybe with some more information. And just on Bus Driver Appreciation Week, we just have some quality people that work in that department. We have like Mr. Cowart said earlier, the 1-year anniversary of the hero bus driver that we had in that situation. And Miss Tanya, is it Riverberg or River?
Riverberg.
Yes, she's been recognized, I think, 2 times at the board. And I see firsthand her go above and beyond with sports teams. She'll drop the boys off, go get them pizza and snacks, and come back and be their biggest fan in the dugout. And just little things like that again, make Levy County such a special place. And we have such special people that work in our district. So that's all I have.
Thank you. Mr. Rice.
I said, teacher appreciation, I said, coming up. And as we see, lots of times the only stable environment a lot of these kids get is when they're at school. So I just appreciate not only for the teachers educating them, but also giving a lot of these kids around about the only family they have. So, our teachers go above and beyond to try to create, a good environment for the kids that might not be having that same environment at home. Also appreciative of the bus drivers. Like I said, they have a hard job. Like I said, chauffeur around these kids while trying to drive. unbelievable. What, you know, I know it's hard just a person to drive down the road, much less having a bus full of kids on the bus. And also, I think tomorrow's Administrative Professional Day, and there's a special one at Wilson Elementary that went to Bronson, my mother-in-law. But all the ones out there that do a great job, and I know they you know, behind the scenes keep a lot of stuff going that people don't see. So I appreciate all of them. And like I say, I know a lot of testing. I know my kids did a bunch of iReady, now they're getting ready to do the STARS and everything. So fast, and so anyway, just a lot of work. But I'm like Cameron, a lot of achievements. You know, a lot of the awards and stuff coming up, and that's the exciting part because you get to see, you know, rewards for your accomplishments throughout the year. So just thankful for all that, and that's all I have.
Thank you very much, and thank you to our attorney for the wonderful
Yes,
treats.
thank you.
We really
Very much.
appreciate that. That was wonderful, and a nice surprise. Chiefland Middle High School are the book battle champs, and we're very, very proud of them. And then also, I just wanted to ask Mr. Coward a little more details about our Tallahassee trip tomorrow.
We have a meeting scheduled with Senator Perry at 9:30, and I just got a text this morning from Representative Clemens, so trying to work them in. So they have a session starting at 10, so it'll be a little bit before that, so as soon as I know. So we may just pop in to Representative Clemens' office, so about 9:15, and see him before we then go over to Senator Perry. So they are fast and furious. I will share that last night, so I was working the phones until about 9:45. They had a budget conference meeting at 8 o'clock, so trying to work some of these different things that we have going on that affect our small rurals, and especially Levy County, and how they affect. I feel like we got some positive information, so change is coming, and nobody likes change, but I feel that they listened, and there was some positive feedback and some positive movement last night at the budget conference.
Thank you very much. Now, at this time, we will adjourn, and we will go to Bronson.
We got executive session real quick, so it'll be about 5 minutes for executive session.
Okay. Thank you. Elementary, we're going to meet there. Okay, we will adjourn to executive session.